Yung sinasabing ipapalit sa kanya, mukhang tumanggap na ng ibang trabaho.
Oh, yeah!
Naalala niyo ba?
Nakita ko yung shinare mo, yung
Oo.
congratulations.
Yes,
Ay!
yung aking pong
Oo
kaeskwelahan. Kaeskwela
Tsaka
sa
suki natin dito
kaeskwela
nun,
ko sa UST, tapos sa med school sa Lasal, si Doktora Maria Rosario Vergere,
Vergere.
Sing Vergere, ay tinanggap na yung posisyon bilang appointment as chairperson of the Professional Regulatory Board of Medicine or PRB MED or PRB Med. Importante at okay din pong posisyon yon. So, meron na siyang ibang ginagawa. So, hindi ko alam kung tama yung usap-usapan na siya ang papalit.
Unless
So, mukhang
may
hindi na
balasahan
DOH.
after SONA.
Di natin alam.
Natin.
Everything's open.
Oo, sabi, alam mo, nung nando kami sa Japan,
Oh.
nung matanong yan, sabi ni BBM, baka naman pinapalutang lang kasi gusto yung pwesto.
Pero hindi
Wala siyang nire-refer na particular na tao.
Pero hindi may kakailan na maraming kaalyado ang Pangulo na wala pang posisyon pero tapos na yung ban sa eleksyon.
Ay, correct din naman. Na-appoint na si Secretary
isa.
Tolentino
Correct.
sa labor.
Hi. Ayan na, may guest na tayo.
Oo.
Kakambyo na kami ha. Mula dyan sa mga usapin ng gabinete. Balikan po natin yung 2 araw na nating topic na tungkol sa paghahanda for the impeachment ni Vice President Sara Duterte.
Yes.
So, ngayon pong gabi ay makakausap natin ang House Lead Prosecutor po na si Congresswoman Jervil Luistro. Magandang gabi po, Congresswoman Jervil.
Good evening
Good
po.
evening, Kong. Nasa kotse na naman si Kong.
Good evening po sa inyo and thank you for having me in this program.
Okay. Unahin ko na muna yung pinalabas sa amin kagabi Yung marami kasi yung nagre-repost nung video ninyo nung hanay ng mga prosecutors na kinuhaan doon sa House of Representatives. Sa may plenary pa nga yung ibang shots doon. Sabi ng iba, AI ba to? Pero mukhang nag-shoot po talaga kayo na para ipakita yung yung pagkakaisa nyo doon sa impeachment.
Well, these are, I think, separate videos, no? Na hindi naman taken all together. And perhaps ay na-consolidate lang, no?
Yeah.
It was really a very nice view sapagkat it's able of impeachment, no? We would like to thank kung sino man ang nasa likod nitong consolidation ng video na ito.
Yeah. Pero talagang pinakita dyan na talagang tama ba ang impression ng lahat na handang-handa na para doon sa mangyayari starting July 6, 2026?
Well, first and foremost, kami ay very much conscious of this constitutional duty, no? And because of that appreciation of what we are doing in this impeachment trial, we must say, handa kaming humarap sa impeachment court para sa sambayan ng Pilipino.
Pero, ma'am, yung nangyari pong kahapon na pre-trial conference, parang ang nabanggit ni Congresswoman ko, tunog lata daw Diba? Kayo po ba, paano nyo po i-describe yung nangyari kahapon?
Actually, responsive ang kaganapan kahapon sa purposes ng pre-trial conference, no? Ito kasing pre-trial conference na ito, ang objective nito is to be able to come up with a simple, expeditious, and fair trial for both parties, no? In other words, ito'y isang paghahanda. For example, yung ating first agenda is the propitiation of acts. We admit, yun na lang ang impeachment trial. Second, submission of list of witnesses because we do not want surprise witnesses. Also, yung dami ng witnesses, it helps the impeachment court determine ilan ang trial dates na kailangan ng prosecution, ilan ang trial dates na kailangan ng defense. Now, with respect to the submission of or the marking of exhibits, ito'y napaka time-consuming kung sa trial pa gagawin. So, what we did kahapon, nag-umpisa na ng pagmamarka, kunyari Exhibit A, ang first document, Exhibit B, yung second document. But the thing is, hindi po tayo natapos dahil talaga naman pong voluminous ang ating exhibits, most especially pagdating sa unexplained wealth at pagdating sa confidential fund, no? So, ang gagawin po natin ay babalik po tayo sa Monday doon sa impeachment court upang ipagpatuloy ang marking ng ating exhibits. And hopefully, pag natapos po ito, all issues, all matters are submitted na. We will just have to wait for the pre-trial order na maglalaman po ng lahat ng napagkasunduan during this pre-trial conference, no? At ito pong pre-trial order na ito po ang magsisilbing guide, blueprint, or napagkasunduan na dapat sundin during the trial proper. Bawal mag-deviate from the pre-trial order, no? At ang isang significant pa rin dito sa kaganapan ng PTC is on the side ay nabanggit ng impeachment court na July 6 mag-uumpisa ang impeachment trial.
Yeah, that's
So kaya naman nating tapusin yung marking of evidence on Monday, ma'am?
I think kakayanin naman kasi very efficient naman yung impeachment court. Minsan, dalawa yung nag-facilitate ng marking, no? Sabay, dalawang grounds. So, tingin ko kakayanin na matapos on Monday.
Good evening, Kong. Si Chiki Verhel po ito. Puntahan ko lang yung usapin ng mga witnesses, no? Kasi for example, if hindi ako nagkakamali, si Antonio Trillanes ay witness ng defense, witness din ng prosecution. And of course, known Duterte critic siya. Si Attorney Michael Poa naman po, which is of course associated siya sa Duterte side, nasa list din ng witness ng prosecution kung hindi ako nagkakamali. So of course obvious ito for some kung bakit ganito, pero para dun sa mga hindi po nila gets na bakit witness si Trillanes nung defense, hindi ba magiging bad to para sa kanila? Explain po natin kung bakit ganito po.
Please understand that we are now bound by the prohibition to comment on the merits, and that includes the individual witnesses. Nevertheless, what I can share to the public, ang listahan po ng testigo ng prosecution ay nakasubmit na. Ganon din po ang listahan ng testigo ng depensa, nakasubmit na. At ito po ay for resolution na ng impeachment court. As to the issues pertaining to the individual witnesses, bawal pa po yung pag-usapan during the pre-trial. The proper time when to address the credibility, the competence, and the admissibility of evidence will be during the trial.
Kahapon po, Kong, no, ay sinabi, actually, I think it was kanina na sinabi po ninyo in one interview na meron naman pong mga hindi dinenay itong defense, no? O, I guess inamin kasi hindi dinenay. So, of course, you cannot get into the details kung ano yung mga inamin po nila, but what can you tell us about it in a nutshell po?
Well, anticipated yan, no? Kasi ang sabi ko nga, this is an adversarial proceeding. The position of the prosecution is completely opposite to the position of the defense. And sabi ko nga, magtaka tayo kapag ka-uniform ang position ng prosecution at defense, there is something wrong, no? Because what should be anticipated ay palaging taliwas because they are on different ends. Remember, the prosecution is alleging offenses against the vice president, while the respondent or the defense is alleging innocence, claiming innocence against all the allegation of offenses. No? So, atin pong i-anticipate, sanayin na sadya pong taliwas ang posisyon ng prosecution at ng defense.
So wala naman po silang inadmit? Kasi in an interview, you said po, meron po silang mga inadmit po.
Yes, there are items which were admitted but we cannot dwell on to the details
understood.
of this.
Oo. And then, tama po ba yung impression ko na wala, kasi sabi niyo po na, well, natural naman na i-deny yung mga accusations. So, meron po mga dineny po sila kahapon. Kasi we spoke with Congresswoman Rene Co last night. And sabi niya, parang mini-mirror lang nila yung yung mga accusations nung prosecution, and all technical lang yung yung arguments.
Well, ang masasabi ko lang po, lahat ng issues for resolution ay submitted. Lahat ng stipulations of facts, whether they are admitted or denied, submitted na din. List of witnesses are submitted as well. And the marking of documents are ongoing. And we will try to finish that on Monday.
Okay. Congresswoman Luistro, ginagalang namin na talagang may mga bagay na hindi na pwedeng pag-usapan ngayon dahil malapit na talaga yung actual trial. Pero hindi ko alam kung pwede kayo mag-comment dito sa question ko, pero try na rin natin na itanong po. Kasi sa ngayon, hanggang ngayon, ay hindi pa rin alam kung sino yung magdi-lead nung impeachment trial sa July 6. Hindi ko alam kung ano epekto niyan sa inyo, kung sino man yung uupo doon, lalo na kung ang potential na uupo daw ay yung dating naging isa sa dahilan kung ba't hindi natuloy yung first attempt na i-impeach ang vice-presidente. Hindi ko alam kung pwede kayo mag-comment, pero tatry ko na rin tanong sa inyo.
Well, ganito yun, no? Whether it is SP Win Gatchalian or Senator Cheese Escudero, we are expressing our utmost faith and confidence to the impeachment court. We are equally conscious that this is a constitutional duty that we are discharging in favor of the sovereign Filipino people. And let us note as well that this impeachment process is not about personalities, neither is it about the presiding officer. This is a duty which we must discharge for our beloved countrymen. So in conclusion, whether it is SP Win or Senator Cheese, okay kami. We are expressing our confidence in favor of the impeachment court.
Yeah.
Yun. Pero pahabol lang, ma'am, kasi syempre isa dun sa mga concerns ngayon, ilang numero ba o anong numero ba yung required to convict or to acquit si Vice President Sara Duterte? Because as we all know, dalawa dun sa mga tatayo as senator judges ay hindi po active. So what will happen?
Of course, alam natin na divided ang opinion ng marami nating mga kasama regarding the threshold, no? But let us begin with the verbatim provision in the Constitution. As sabi sa Constitution, 2/3 of all the members of the Senate. It used all. It did not use 24. And then, ibalik ulit natin yung doctrine sa kaso ni Avellino versus Cuenco, wherein the Supreme Court said only those senators who are within the coercive power of the institution shall be considered for the purpose of determining the quorum and the threshold, no? And then ultimately, I want to share, this is just my personal opinion, bakit po tayo may mga senador? That is to represent the sovereign Filipino people. If our senator is detained, if our senator is in hiding, the question is, are they representing the interest of the Filipino people? Of course, the answer is no. And since they could not discharge their duty to the people, then it means that the number should be adjusted for the purpose of determining the baseline. And from that baseline, we will determine the 2/3, no?
Okay.
So, in conclusion, I agree to the doctrine in Avellino versus Cuenco na dapat yun lang mga senador within the coercive power of the institution should be considered in determining the baseline and thereafter computing the 2/3, no?
Yeah.
So, I understand na maraming contra-reviews. Ang pinupunto ko lang, sana maliwanagan ito before the conclusion of the trial. Because we all know that after the trial, the senator judges will be voting as to whether convicted or acquitted. So that by then, klaro na kung ilan ba talaga yung 2/3.
Ma'am, 2 punto lang po. So ibig sabihin, 2/3 of 22. At saka po, sino po ang dapat mag-clarify? Okay na po ba na Senate or dapat pa itong dalhin sa Supreme Court?
Actually, pwede mo siyang i-interpret as a procedural matter eh.
Okay.
And if so, that is considered as within the constitutional autonomy of the Senate, no? Pero if there will be allegations of grave abuse of discretion, lack of jurisdiction, pwede rin siyang i-consider na constitutional question sapagkat naka-express talaga doon sa Constitution yung 2/3 of all members of the Senate, no? So it can be appreciated as a procedural matter, which is exclusive to the judgment of the legislative. It can be appreciated as well as a constitutional question because it's part of the provisions in the Constitution. No? So let's wait and see kung anong magiging kaganapan and looking forward na maliwanagan itong interpretation natin about the threshold.
Malinaw. Congresswoman Luis Ro, habol ako ng isa pa please. Tungkol doon sa articles of impeachment, 4 articles of impeachment na nakahanay nga po na tatalakayan doon sa impeachment court. Guest po kasi doon sa kabilang programa namin si former Senate President Coco Pimentel and former Senator Judge Coco Pimentel at sinasabi na ang wish niya dito sa impeachment trial na ito ay yung pinakamabigat na yung unahin kasi nga yung nangyari yata in the past ay parang malinaw na guilty yung nasasakdal noon doon pa lang sa second or third na article kailangan pa nilang gawin yung huli bago sila nag-judge ito ganun po ba naka in order ba itong inyong pagtalakay ng mga articles of impeachment sa pinakamalakas sa medyo okay lang na kahit huli na siya?
Well, kung ang parameter natin ay lakas,
okay,
I must say, lahat malakas.
Okay.
No? The question is, alin yung pinaka gusto ng publiko?
Okay.
But I cannot answer this here. No?
Okay.
Let us wait until the termination of the pre-trial conference.
So ito pong nasa screen namin ngayon na articles of impeachment, hindi yan ng order. Ito yung mababalasa. Yung ba ibig nyo sabihin?
Ito pong order na ito, yan po ang order na nasa articles of impeachment. And the list I can say, the order by which the grounds were presented in the articles will not necessarily be the same order ng paglalatag ng ebidensya during the trial.
Thank
But
you for that.
after the issuance of pre-trial order, malalaman po natin kung anong article ang unang ilalatag ng prosecution.
Malinaw. Thank you for that answer. Okay.
Sige
Thank you,
po.
Kong.
Marami pong salamat sa inyo, Representative Jervy Luistro. Thank you for joining us this evening, ma'am.
I am sorry because we are bound by the prohibition
Yes, we know.
already.
We
Yes, we
understand.
understand
Try lang
that
naman
po.
kami.
Try lang.
Salamat po.
Thank you po.
Good
Thank you.
evening! Maraming salamat!